On Zoom?
Yeah.
No, but I've joined in person.
Oh, terrific. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about myself.
Yeah,
I
your
love
photography.
fishing. I love bike riding. I love taking pictures. That kind of stuff.
Oh, terrific. Well, glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm working with a Sony. I have like a thing where interchangeable lenses, and I have like a smaller type of camera where I can just like quick shoots, and a little bit better, and it's better than like the phone. And I do a lot of phone taking pictures too. A lot of these phones have some really good options. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, well, hello everyone.
Good. Well, welcome. And Jennifer, I see you've joined us today. How are you? Good to see you. Jennifer's from the Ridgewood Camera Club.
Hello there.
She's waving.
I just introduced myself.
And I recognize the name Deborah Fedkin, but I don't know why. If Deborah wants to say hello.
Deborah, which Deborah?
She's next to Ed. She just signed on.
Ah, okay, yeah. She was in the club before.
I thought so. Thought I knew the name.
I just unmuted her.
Hi, Deborah.
Hey there.
Nice to see you again.
Same here.
Thanks for coming. All right, so we're in good shape. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the agenda here. I did send out an agenda, and attached to the agenda, if you want to take a look at it, was a flyer. Fred Appelian and I are going to resurrect the field trip to Eastern State Penitentiary that we had to cancel because of COVID last year. They're back to being open. So we are going to lead that trip on, it's a Wednesday, May 19th. We want to get there at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot of information on the flyer. I think the most important thing, we do need to know if you're coming, and if you're fully vaccinated, you are definitely welcome to carpool either with us, or we can help, or hook people up as people decide to join us. The most important thing, if you want to go, is to go online and buy a ticket, because they only allow a certain number of people in, and you cannot buy tickets there. So if you do want to come, please go online and buy a ticket for May 19th at 10 a.m. And we hope to see a lot of folks. It should be fun. I've never been, Fred has. Fred's going to be handling the RSVPs. So you can get in touch with him if you want to come. We had last year something else that got canceled. Is, you might recall that we decided that we would have a picnic over either in June or over the summer, because we weren't meeting at that point, and to save money, we've cut back on some of our meetings. So we couldn't do it last year. We're gonna try for this year. I can't tell you when exactly, but I'm gonna say later in the summer, towards September, because again, we want to give everybody an opportunity to be vaccinated. We are going to require that you be fully vaccinated and 2 weeks past your last vaccination to join us. And don't get mad at the club. You can get mad at John and me. That's our rule for us to feel comfortable having people at the house and taking responsibility for having a party. So we need you vaccinated. Hopefully everybody in the club is planning to, if you haven't already, but that will be a requirement to attend the picnic. And Matt, if you could open it up. Terry's got some great news for us. He's going to give us a preview on our upcoming fundraiser.
All right, I unmuted Terry.
Terry, are you?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can only see your lips, but we can hear you.
Am I now?
Perfect.
Better.
Okay, it was too close. Over the past couple of months, we put together what we're calling a fundraiser. What it is a series of products which we've worked with Stitches and Ink, and to put our logo onto them as the basic thing. And we picked out 5 products: a men's and women's t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt, a hoodie, and a hat and a mug, all going to have our logo on. As an option, you can have your name put on the opposite side from the logo. And we're going to add a little bit of a surcharge onto the prices, so that this is like a fundraiser for the club, and everybody comes away with a logo sweatshirt or a logo t-shirt, whatever you prefer. And we have already have Vicky volunteered to put together a fillable PDF. The way this is going to work is we have an automated catalog from Stitches and Ink. And you go in there and you pick out the items you want, the sizes, the colors, and then you come back to the automated catalog, fill it in, and put the prices in that you got off the automated catalog. And then we're going to send it back to Stitches and Ink. They'll put the shipping in, knowing your address, and then you'll have a total. You bring that order back, and that's the order that you will pay the club for. And then the club will pay Stitches and Ink. So it should be pretty good. Their merchandise is very good. I think the prices are very reasonable. And, you know, this is something we can all catch up on logo merchandise. I know we have a lot of new members. We did this many years ago, jackets and everything, and had somebody put the logo merchandise. The difference now with Kim at the Stitches and Ink is we don't have to commit to any kind of minimum order. I mean, I'm hoping everybody orders something, or we have a lot of response to this, but there's no minimum. She doesn't give us a minimum. I mean, I hope this doesn't happen, but we could order 1 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 15, and that's okay with her. So I'll be getting back to you on this. I got to put together a little email with a couple of screenshots to show you how this will work. Should be pretty easy, and we'll get this going. Okay.
Thanks, Terry. Thank you. And one of the wonderful things about this, you're probably saying, oh, what color shirt? Well, basically whatever color you want. And what fabric? The fabrics are also, there's different fabrics. I think we asked mostly for 100% cotton, but some are a combination. It depends upon what the product is. So everyone should be able to find something that you like. So I hope you will get something, show your club spirit, and support the fundraiser for the club, and support all the work that Terry and others, but especially Terry, have put into getting this together for us. In the past, you had to go to Stitches and Ink to pick up your products. These are going to be shipped, so it's going to be as easy as Terry said, just looking at the order form, figuring out what you want, and it'll ultimately be mailed to you. So look forward to seeing an email on that. So thank you, Terry. Valerie, could you tell us about next month's speaker?
Sure. I just lost my.
Yep, we got you. We can hear you.
No, I lost my Word document. So our next month's speaker, Jean Merrill, and she gave me a very lengthy review of what she's going to present. But basically, in her documentation, she takes environmental portraits of people, and the way she does that, she looks for the light, the natural light that's available to her, to try to get the best image. So one of the things that she's going to do is talk about how to get those type of images using natural light. And then she said to me that if you like the picture, you probably should get a little closer, and get a little closer and a little closer, because you'll capture a lot in the human face the closer you are to your subject. So I just thought she had some really interesting photos, and I'm looking forward to hearing her speak next month.
Great, Valerie, thank you.
And the other thing I threw in the chat, I just happened to run across it by accident. So I know, Debbie, I told you I had nothing to share, but I just found it's like literally 10 minutes before the meeting. NJFCC has a program on this Saturday from 2 to 3:30. You have to register. It's free, but you register through Eventbrite. So just, another opportunity to see another set of speakers.
Terrific. So take a look at that in the chat, and Valerie, if you want to send that to me in an email, I'll also get that out if just in case there's other people who are not on the call who might want to go. Matt, do you have anything, or Will?
I have nothing. I will unmute Will.
Oh, he's shaking his head.
I will not unmute Will then. Or he can unmute himself, whichever.
He's
Nothing?
good.
Okay, he's good.
Okay. All right. All right, so we're ready to get started. Let me
All right,
introduce
Valerie and I will
Ron.
start killing videos, and you
Okay.
can do your bio.
Okay. Our very gregarious Judge Ron, who's been chatting with us since we all got on about 20 to 8, has been with us before for judging, and we're glad to have him back. Ron, thanks for coming. And I included his bio with the agenda, but let me read it to you. His first experience with photography was an unsuccessful photo documentation of his honeymoon. He was armed with a borrowed Instamatic camera and learned that camera shake will not produce great images. But I remember the Instamatic, and it was very hard not to shake it because the shutter was so hard to press down. He's a self-taught photographer. He's covered the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, and 2 Summer Olympic Games. His photos have appeared in many publications, including USA Today, Black Enterprise Magazine, Time Magazine, Newsweek, TV Guide, and ESPN. He's covered corporate assignments for a wide variety of companies, including Six Flags, Robert Wood Johnson, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, CVS, PepsiCo, Honda, Walmart, Verizon. He recently completed 2 tours as a photographer for the Moscow Ballet, and a book commemorating the 25th anniversary of the Moscow Ballet's Great Russian Nutcracker production features many of his photos. He's spoken on topics of sports, events, dance, travel, corporate photography, at WPPI, Photo Plus, NECC, camera stores and camera clubs across the country. He also leads photo tours around the world. And one of the things I hope he'll tell you about, just as before some of you came on, he was telling us he's about to lead a tour to Tanzania, and some of you may be interested in that. But he has led around the world to China, Cuba, and now going to Tanzania. And to see his work, his website is www.ronwyattphotos.com. So I think we're good. We're ready to proceed with our competition, Matt.
Excellent. Ron, can we hear you? We can't hear you, Ron. Uh-oh. We broke your thing. Cannot hear you.
Did you mute your computer? Yep.
How about now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, wow, that's interesting. Okay, I can hear you. All right. Thank you very
Excellent.
much, Debbie. That was very nice of you.
You're welcome, Ron.
I'm like kind of shy and all that kind of stuff. I'm Ron Wyatt.
Yeah,
I just had
noticed.
my first grandson, and let's get on with this thing.
Excellent. All right, we have 4 groups. We're going to start with our beginner group. Group 1, we have 8 images in there. So we need a first, second, third, and 1 HM. And I'll give you a quick preview and we'll start the competition.
And I'll announce the names of the photos, Ron, before you start giving us your feedback.
And here we go.
Okay.
Okay. So we're in level 2, right, Matt?
Now, level 1.
We are in level 1. Excellent.
Level 1.
One's called light and dark.
Okay, for this shot, I just scraped my screen because I see a little dot that's right in the middle of that cloud. Now, I'm not sure if anybody else is seeing that or not, but if so, you always be careful of things like that with the sky. Usually sky will easily show your dust marks that are on your frame. I like the photo. I like how you have a little blue coming in the sky, but I also like seeing some detail in the shadows inside the door. You got a little highlight on the bottom there, and I appreciate that. And your whites are looking really good. For this one, I'm gonna give it a 8.
Plainsboro Barn.
Okay, for this one, very nice exposure. I'm liking your framing with the blue sky and the trees on the side. I kind of also like the coloring that's in this shot with the landscape with the orange in the background. Just nice color that adds a little pop to it. Very nice photo. And for this one, I'm going to give it an 8.
This old barn.
Okay, I'm not sure if the barn is leaning to the right or is there's a little distortion in the camera for this one. So just be careful of that. I like to put the graphs inside of my viewfinder so I can see and line up lines. So I'm seeing it leaning a little to the right there. The other thing is watch your cropping because it's a little tight on the top of this. And I would leave a little more room to make sure you're not cutting off the top right at the tip where the points are meeting there. For this one, I'm going to give it a 7.
White barn.
Well, what I like about this shot is the tire tracks that are leading you into the door. It's nice to be able to have leading lines into your photo, and I also like the fact that you're not showing the whole barn, but still it's an interesting shot. One thing I would have done is darken the blue sky and the white clouds there. I would have darkened out a little bit. This one I'm going to give a 7.
Double star.
Okay, I like the composition on this. I like how you have it center point off to the left. I think that it may need a little more contrast, though. It looks a little flat to me. I hope that's not my screen, and it is pretty nice, you know. But I still think that that's the one thing that's bothering me is it looks a little flat, like I said, and maybe a little more contrast would have been great. And also on the roof, I would have tried to get the roof a little darker. Also, the highlights are a little high towards the back of the roof. But I still like the photo. I like the hill going down, and I'm going to give you an 8.
Ashford barn.
Okay. What I find interesting about this shot is that we're shooting barns, and you know, yeah, it's a barn. I'm just gonna take your word for it. But I'm seeing at the top of the frame, it looks like something's going on with the exposure because the top looks a little flat again, and I'm just wondering what's going on up top there. And also watch your lines because when you look at that straight line that's going up, it's kind of leaning in towards the top. So just be careful with how you're tilting the camera to try to keep that line going straight up. This one I'm going to give a 7.
Night barn.
Okay. Well, the one thing that bothers me about this shot is it is at night, but that lights in the back or on the back wall makes your eye go right to that, and it's just a little distracting, taken away from the photo. The barn it's an interesting type looking barn, but my eye is being distracted by that brightness coming in the back, which to me doesn't really have anything to do with the photo. So just be careful when you have those hot spots in. For this one, I'm going to give it a 7.
Halo barn.
Okay, for this photo, I think the blue sky is just a little overdone with the with the blue, and then I would like to have seen the shadows towards the back open up a little bit more. But it's still a pretty nice different type of a barn shot. So for this one, I'm gonna score it a 7.
Okay, we have 3 8s, so we're gonna need our first, second, and third out of those.
Okay.
And let me get my thumbnails. You can see the thumbnails, correct? At the bottom.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So you have 1 image, second image, and your third image.
You could go to the next one. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the first one for first.
This one here, the light and dark.
Yes.
This is going to be first.
And then I'm gonna go with the third one for second.
Double star.
And then the middle one for third.
Middle one for third. Okay. And now I have 5 7s. I need 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one.
Let me see the first 2.
First one, second one.
I think I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay. All right.
Can you know, one of the things, can I just make a quick comment on the first one?
On this one?
Yeah, no, you know, I said my thing about the leaning down, but I also do like the texture and that it's an older barn and how they were able to capture that in that shot. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
That would make me stop to photograph that barn, seeing that kind of texture and everything. So is my critique okay, or?
Yeah.
Doing
All
fine.
right.
Thank you.
No one's throwing anything at the screen yet?
Not yet, no.
That's a good thing about Zoom. You don't have to worry about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anybody coming up to you after and giving you a hard
As a matter of
time.
fact, I think when I was at your place the last time, I was worried about somebody attacking my car on my way out or something. Didn't I
Well,
say
we
something
did
like
take
that?
away the tomatoes, so they couldn't throw them.
Okay.
All right, we're going to review this contest. This is group 1.
Honorable mention for group 1. This old barn, Mike Palme. Am I saying this right? I hope. Mike Palme. Is that right, Matt?
I hope so.
Okay.
We'll ask
Mike.
later. We'll confirm later.
Congratulations, Mike. And for third place, Plainsboro Barn, Stephen Palme. Congratulations, Stephen.
Related?
I guess so.
Okay.
And for second place, Susan Freeman, double star. Congratulations, Susan.
All right, we're gonna move on to group 2. As soon as I find my mouse, here we go.
So how come you didn't show the first place one?
Because you have to pick the best to show
Oh,
at
okay.
the end of the show.
I got you.
We have 11 images here, so just do a quick little glance through here. Hope you got your eyes open real quick. All right, ready
Really,
to go.
I appreciate that.
Barn and twilight.
Okay.
Just so you know, we do need a first, second, third, and 2 HMs on this one.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm loving this photo. I like the way this was printed, and I'm curious to find out the reflections, or was that see-through of the glass, but very nicely done. This one, I'm gonna give a 9.
Abandoned barn, Somerset, New Jersey.
All right, for this one, I would wish you could have got it on a better day as far as with the highlights, because my eyes is going right to that bright sky. Sometimes with these kind of shots, if you got a hot sky that's not really blending well, and then you have the shadow area at the side of the wall, you might want to crop it tighter so that at least amount of sky is in the photo. Because my eyes it's looking at the barn, but then my eyes also going to the sky. And I do appreciate you putting the borders around the bottom of them. For this one, I would say an 8. What happened? Okay.
Somewhere in the Catskills.
Okay, here's another situation where I would have cropped out the sky just so that I don't have that hot spot going there. But nice to see black and white though. So bravo on that choice. And for this one, I'm gonna score it an 8.
Barn in winter.
Okay, I like I like how you have the highlights. The snow in the roof is not blown out, very nicely exposed in this shot. And I'm also liking your sky, that the whole combination is working really nice. And I also love the coloring that's in this frame with the barn doors, and especially the right little awning piece that's going there to the right. And look at that little red that's in there, very nicely done. For this one, I'm gonna score a 9.
Decrepit barn, rear supports, decrepit wheels.
Okay, so what I like about this photograph, because we're doing barns, but in my opinion, you don't always have to show a barn. And we got the coloring of the barn in the background, but we also can tell that this is something of an old barn and old time paraphernalia that's out there. And I like that you captured that, and you're telling a story about the barn. Even though we're not seeing the barn, we see the color, but it's still it's something that you would see on the barn. So I get what you're doing, and it's nice to add that little extra to a photo to tell the story about barns. So I really like the photograph, and I'm giving you a 9 on that.
Barn with silo, Goshen, New York.
Well, nice skies. The print's really nice. Everything's working here. Nice greens. Exposure is really good, and your printing is really good at this frame. And I'm loving everything in this shot, and I'm giving you a 9.
Work in progress.
Wow, again, very nice photo. One of the things I would like to have done is to go a little bit more to the right so that I could see this wall and get a line going this way and a line going that way, so I could see 2 angles of it. But still nicely done. Like your skies and everything, the exposure looks really good. No highlights, shadows, or any of that kind of stuff. For this one, I'm gonna give an 8.
Interior 13th century Cressing Temple Barn.
I'm liking just it's actually seeing an interior so far. This is the first shot that we have of an interior. But I'm I'm just gonna score this one a 7, and that's about what I'm gonna say about this one.
Howell Farm Barn.
Okay. Nice exposure. I like the fact that you are showing two sides. Whenever you photographing the building, in my opinion, it's always good to try to get two angles. It just makes the photo a little more interesting. I think that maybe I probably would do a little more of a crop on this one, and maybe crop out the telephone poles and things on the end and make it a little tighter. For this one, I'm going to give it an 8.
Entryway into a deserted barn.
Okay, nice composition. I love the coloring in this one, and I like the green that's coming out through the window. Nicely exposed, or you did a nice job making this print. And for this one, I'm going to score a 9.
Small barn by Canal Road.
Okay, nice photograph again, but for me, I would like to have seen the two sides on this. But you're cropping and framing and everything looks good. I think maybe I may want to just increase the shadows a little bit, make it a little brighter, but still a nice photograph. And for this one, I'm going to score an 8. Nice work, and that everybody did a really good job.
We have 5 9s, so we'll need our first, second, third, and our 2 HMs.
I can do this.
And we're loading, maybe.
I can see the little ones.
You can see the little ones?
Yeah, I think I'd rather look at it that way too.
I can't see them at all.
Yeah, we can see them, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Maybe. Okay, I can see them now. All right, there's one image. There's another image. That's another image. Another. And the last.
Okay. So let me see the next to last one.
Okay.
And let me see the one to the left of that now, the third one.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see the one to the left again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is this timer that's going out? Am I already too late?
No, the timer means nothing on that.
Okay. I see the timer going. I'm like, oh, I'm 20 seconds over or something. Okay,
No, the timer's red when you're over.
This is what I'm gonna do. I want to make the third one number 1.
This one here, the wheels.
Yes.
Okay, number 1.
And the reason why I'm making that number 1 is because, like, the assignment was for barns. Is it okay for me to explain this now, or you rather
Sure.
not?
Absolutely.
Okay, the assignment was for barns, but it's like if somebody tells you to go to New York and photograph New York, you're obviously going to shoot the World Trade Center, Statue of Liberty, et cetera, all of the obvious shots. But then New York is also the Sabrett hot dog stand. It's a pretzel, it's pizza, it's a yellow cab. And what I like about this shot is that this person saw this other item that if you're telling a story about a barn, this is an important shot to include in it. And I love that whoever did this did that. And so I'm going to make that number one. The one to the right of it will be number two.
This way, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then go back one more.
This
Next.
way?
Yeah, I'm going to make that number three.
This is
And one
number
of
three.
Yeah, what I really like about this shot is seeing the two sides, and I like the way that red wheelbarrow or whatever the heck it is popping out. Sometimes you need to be careful to takes your eye, but for me this is a nice addition, and it's filling in that little shadow area back there. So, but everybody did a really nice job in this category.
All right, now we review.
Okay,
And after this, we will take a quick 5-minute break for anybody that needs to stretch, and then we'll continue.
level 2, honorable mention. Barn and Twilight, Terry Donofrio. Congratulations, Terry. Entryway into a deserted barn, Walter Blitz, honorable mention. Congratulations, Walter. Third place. Barn in Winter, Mary Little. Congratulations, Mary. It's not a bird, Mary. Second place. Barn with Silo, Goshen, New York, John Curzel. Congratulations, John.
Okay.
Are you adding the white frame around these, or these guys are putting them in?
The maker is putting them in.
Okay.
Nope. And we don't require it, but I know a lot of judges like that we have them.
Yeah, no, that's why I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't you adding it to, because I do like that.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't do it. And, you know, like some of our black and white stuff, we definitely suggest it strongly, but people.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't print. And so I miss out on that part of photography. Back in the day when I first started, I was printing, but now I don't. And to see the borders and everything, it's really nice. I just never, with my schedule, I was afraid that if I went out and bought a printer and print something today, maybe took 2 hours to make a really great 11 by 14, and then I wouldn't touch it for 3 months because I wasn't home and I could see the ink all dried up and pasty and what all that stuff. So I just never bothered to print, and that's a shame because most of the time I see my photos on the computer screen, and it's fun when you get to see somebody that took something that you shot and printed it up. So nice with the borders.
If anybody has questions, they can unmute themselves for the time being.
Are you going to put it on like a 7-second delay?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, Ron. This is Pat Cruzel. I did that picture of the interior of that barn. I don't think you liked all the people in there, but I purposely did that so that you could see how tall that building actually is. It was built by the Knights Templar, and it took them 32 years to build it.
Well, you know what? That's good what you did then, because it's nice when you want to show how big something is to have people in to help. So I get that. I was just a little confused, and it wasn't that it was a bad shot or anything like that, but it was way out of everything else, and
Right.
I just couldn't think of how to react to it, So I apologize, but that's
it's good. But
and that's good what you did when you want to show. I have a shot in Vietnam where there's this big mountain or this whatever it was. And I saw a person on an elephant, and I included them in the shot because I wanted to show the perspective of how big it really was compared to a man on an elephant. I 100% understand what you did there. And so, you know, it was just, you know, it's like whoever had that barn shot with the stuff on the side, that was different.
Yeah.
But the people and everything else, it was just so much in that shot that I really didn't know what to say. And so, you know, my mom said, if you, never mind, and I don't want to say that either.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
No, so there wasn't anything wrong. And now that I know exactly what you're doing, you did the right thing to show the perspective of how big it was and everything. So
Very much.
my bad. I'm
No,
spanking
not
me.
at all, not at all.
So
Ron, don't feel bad. They cleaned house last month or the month before, actually.
okay.
Yeah,
What was the
so-
contest last month?
I think it was actually the month before they cleaned house. So both of them, John and Pat.
What was the category?
What was it? It was, I'll tell you in 1 second.
Power of thirds.
Was it the power of three? I think they both did very well in that one. Wasn't it? It was that
Wow.
month, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And we did all right on black and white as well.
Now, do you have in your camera your line set up inside of your viewfinder to help with the thirds and all that stuff?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right.
That answers that question, Ron.
No, like see, inside of my camera, I have the grid. I'm sorry. Thank you, whoever meant that. The grid. Now you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
But
Okay.
we
You-
use point and shoot.
That was Big Ed mentioned the grid.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't use the grid.
I do.
Okay. No, that's that's a must. You know, I first thing I do with a brand new camera is I make sure that it won't fire without a card in it. And then the second thing I do is set it up so that it's gonna back button focus. And then I set it up after that for the grid to be inside, just to help me keep lines straight and, you know, placing things in the proper area and whatnot.
Pat always straightens out my pictures because I shoot them crooked.
Yeah. Okay. So she's good with Photoshop. Then what kind of cameras are you guys using? You're not using cameras.
Most of the time.
No, point and shoots a lot.
Oh yeah.
We have a Nikon D3100.
Yeah, I broke out the Nikon for the pinhole photography
Photography.
because I had to use a longer
Okay.
time on that
Yeah.
and a tripod. But yeah, we fool around. Sometimes I even use a cell phone. The cell phones are taking fantastic shots now. A lot of them.
No, I just got an iPhone 2 weeks ago, my first time, and because if you at one time when you come out of the Lincoln Tunnel, there was some big billboards that they had right outside in Jersey City or whatever that town is over there, Weehawken, and they had giant billboards, and Apple did bought those billboards and showed the photos that were taken with the iPhone, and some really nice stuff, you know. But I'm a Sony guy, and you know, I'm not going to. I'm going to try not to use my cell phone. I have equipment that I just have to use, you know. But I've been on photo tours, and we'll get in a situation where the lighting is really terrible. And then we'll say, okay, everybody get your cell phones out, and the cell phone will nail the exposure and everything without even batting an eye, you know.
But
So
sometimes it's just a spur of the moment shot, you know, and you have you say you
right.
want to catch it.
Yeah.
Well, I got the best buy from everybody. I got a Sony CyberShot for $1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $1.
Wow. Oh,
Market.
good. Okay, and it still works?
Of course it does. What do you think I won with last month?
Wow. Okay. Well, I need you to come with me the next time I go to B&H to buy something, and use your skills to get something that still works for $1. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, you have to go to the English Town Flea Market.
Oh, yeah, okay, wow.
All right, we're ready to start here. Okay, is Debbie ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. This is category 3, or our third group, I should say.
Mhm.
And we need a first, second, third, and 5 HMs.
5?
5.
How many we have?
There's 26 images.
Oh, man, okay, go a little slower on the preview, just good. Oh, man, I think my computer just broke down.
Yeah.
Holy smokes,
All right,
man.
good luck.
My computer is, I got a bad signal here. Wow, okay.
Rolling barn door.
All righty. What I like about this photograph, I like what the X cross is doing to me. It's just popping out at me. I love the framing. For this one, I'm gonna give it a 8. Nice exposure, a nice yeah, nice exposure, nice printing on this one.
Old barn.
Okay, I'm liking the effect. I love the shadows from the trees going on the barn, and just nicely done. I'm gonna give this one an 8.
Repairs might be needed.
Okay. I love the exposure, nice sky, nice shadow detail. And I like the fact that you did the 2 sides, taking me in and also going down. And one of the things that I like for the character of this barn is I like the spots that are on the first door, just the door that's to the left with the white that's in there. I like that highlight, or and I'm also liking down towards the end where the doors popped out. Very nicely done. One of the things I would have also done was got a little more to the left of it so that I could see that a little more depth of that door that's popping out that has the wood on it, but still nicely done. This one I'm going to give it 8.
American barn.
Okay, I like the framing. I'm loving the black and white. Where you place this is really nice, and the flag really pops out, jumps out at you. Just very nicely done. I'm sure when you were out photographing this, you were like, "Whoa, this is cool," and you probably shot the heck out of it. And nice job. I'm going to give this a 9.
Somerset County barn.
Okay, what I like about this is I like the fact that you're down lower and we're shooting up a little bit. I think you framed this really nice. It may be leaning a tiny bit to the right, but still, I'm just liking the fact that you're the low angle that you shot this at. Nice composition, nice exposure, and this one I'm going to score a 9.
Stars and stripes forever.
Okay, very nice time of day that this is photographed. The flag is just popping out really nice. And I like the blue sky, and I like the hills, especially the highlights that are going up on the right side of the hill going up. And then I like the contrast you have down at the bottom with the green grass there. This one I'm going to score a 9.
Repurposed.
Okay. For this shot, it's just there's a lot going on in this photograph. It's a nice photograph. I like the white light that's there, and I like the reflection you're getting in the water, and I also like the blue coloring you get from the falls going down. But it's still it's a little busy though. So still a nice photograph. I like the light parts that's back in the back of the building, that you got that exposed pretty good. So it's just a little busy. It's just so much to look at in this photograph. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Amish country.
Okay. What I like about this photograph is the color is nice. I like the framing. I like the fact that you have the top of the hill kind of high, and then you're showing the leading lines taking you down. And the other thing I like about this is you have these 3 big towers here that's filling the frame to the left. But I also like the tower that's in the back. It just adds a little depth to it. And to me, it's not disturbing the photo, but it adds a little to the photo. And nicely done. This one I'm going to score a 9.
Grooming time at the barn.
Okay. What I like about this shot is it's a nice capture, perfect timing. You have the horse, his front horse's head's down, and then you have the horse in the back. And I'm almost positive you move to your left or you move to your right to get that horse's head in the middle. And if you didn't do it, just don't admit that you didn't do that. But that's good looking out for a photograph and then making it interesting. And I'm gonna give this shot a 9. Nice exposure.
Tree shadow.
Okay, very nicely done. I like your framing on this photograph, and I like the highlights, and I also like the shadow detail that's going inside of the building at the lower level. I appreciate the fence lines. This very nicely done. It's just really nicely done. And then when you titled it Tree Shadow, yeah, you definitely represent the shadows there, and it's just a really nice photograph and nicely done. I'm going to score it a 9.
Room in a barn.
Okay, so for this one, it's as far as the printing, to me, it looks a little flat. And again, for somebody that's not printing, who the heck am I to say that? But it looks a little flat. The highlight coming through the window distracts me also. So but I like the element. I like the fact that the door is coming out, and I like when you look inside of that room, you can see the window that's in that room is a little better exposed. For this one, I'm going to score it an 8. I see what you're doing. It's just I just think this print is a little on the flat side.
Things found in a barn.
Okay. Thanks for the black and white, and I like the highlights are nice. The shadow detail is nice, and that thing that's hanging in the back over there, it's just a little too busy for me, and I would be a little careful with the top of the frame on the left, cropping out that. This one I'm going to score an 8.
Crooked Cross Barnstead.
Okay, well, it's a little crooked, the barn there, but I like the foreground that's taking me in, also the little road that's taking me in. And I just like the way you printed this, and it's just really, really nicely done. It's a beautiful shot. And this one I'm going to score a 9. And again, a very interesting photograph. Nice title too. That makes you get away with that crooked building.
They don't build them like this anymore.
Okay. All right. So I'm seeing my first thought is, did you have a flash coming off to the side there, or is that some kind of light or sunlight coming in? Because I see the shadows of these 2 pegs coming out. I'm gonna score this one a 7.
Lancaster Barn.
Okay. For this one, I appreciate you shot this in black and white. I'm just a little, I don't know. It's the weeds are in the front, and the trees I like that darkness, but the weeds in the front are a little distracting, and I'm not really sure about the framing with this column of bushes or branches that are coming up. It's a little distracting. This one I'm going to score a 7.
Pause in the workday.
Okay, so there's a lot of elements in it in this photograph, and you know, when I see the bulldozers and this other tractor over here, I'm just it's a little, to me, not the same in the category of the barns that I'm kind of like looking. I don't like the gondola. It looks more like a factory or some type of construction. So that's kind of making me a little nervous about this photograph. And I'm going to score it a 7. Sorry.
Brewster Barn.
Okay, so what for this shot, nice exposure. I like the highway leading lines going down, especially the little curve there. Your trees are really, really looking good. And the fence it's inside of the barn is taking you inside the barn. This is a really, really nice photograph, and I'll bet when you pulled up on this, when you said, holy smokes, and you couldn't wait to jump out the car to photograph this thing. Nicely done, and I'm gonna score it a 9.
Horse Barn.
Okay, I'm liking the black and white on this one. I like the highlights that are going in the roof, and I also like the being able to see the footprints that are inside the dirt there, and just nicely done. And I like the leading line of the top lights taking you into it, and it was nice that this horse popped out right in the beginning of this, and it's just a nicely done shot. And again, I appreciate being able to see the footprints and the trail that's there. This one I'm going to give it an 8.
Molten Barn.
Okay, so for this shot, I'm loving the exposure. I like the highlights that are coming off the orange sky. And I also like you caught this at the right time of day, or either you did some really serious maneuvering with your printing in this. But it's nice to see the orange, the coloring from the lighting on the barn. But then I like the fact that you got shadow detail in the mountains, and then you got the highlights and a nice blue sky. I do see some dust marks here. And it's a really big one, so you really got to be careful with that, because that's technically, being that this is a contest, you know, that's a negative of a beautiful, wonderful shot. And I'm gonna give you a 9, but you gotta, you know, that messes up giving you a 10. Other than that, so be careful. You got to see those spots in the skies and zip them out of there.
Multi-purpose.
Okay, I like the texture in the barn. I like the exposure, and I'm also, I like the way you frame this, and with the basket and the shadow that's on the bottom. Very nice. I mean, this, just that the basket and the shadow would have made a pretty nice shot. I'm just a little concerned about the blue in the top of the sky. So be careful with that part of it, because, you know, but other than that, it's still nicely done. And this one, I'm gonna score a 9.
Green barn.
Okay, for this one, I like your framing on this one. I like the little road taking you up the hill. I also like the fact that you have the hill on the right side, somewhat kind of framing it a little bit on the right side. And then you have on the left side, the trees in the background, adding a little framing to it. This one, I'm gonna score an 8.
Beginnings of spring at the barn.
Okay, what I like about this photograph, I like the way you use the fence, and I also like that you have 2 sides of this barn. You got the going in, and then you're going out, vertical and the horizontal line. So I like that, and appreciate the horse in the frame. This one, I'm going to score an 8.
AW barn.
AW barn. Okay. What I like about this photograph is I like the 3 different levels that you capture here. And I think you did a really nice job framing this too. And I'm looking at your lines. They look like they're pretty well done as far as keeping the camera straight. That the little column on the left with the highlights, really nice over there on that side, on the left side. And just nicely done. Excuse me. This one, I'm going to score an 8.
Nothing straight in West Virginia.
Okay, all right. So that, because that's what the first thing I noticed was this, nothing straight. So well, very nicely titled. And so nice frame, you nice captured. What I like that you added the little tree or the bush there on the right side of the frame. And again, this is what you saw. So you captured it. You did a nice job. This one, I'm going to score an 8.
Sunset over Kodori Farm.
Okay. What I like about this is the sunset, and the sunset, for the most part, is the photo, a beautiful sunset. But I like the way you frame the barn, and I especially like the way you have the lower left barn in the frame. It just fits in there really nice, and that little dark shadow, it just works for me. Just very, very nicely done. And this one, I'm going to score a 9.
Don't bother locking the barn door.
Okay. I like the way this is framed. Very nice leading lines with the horse and the ears taking you straight through on the trail there into the house or to the barn. It's very, very nicely captured, and it's I appreciate the way you saw this shot and photograph it. So, bravo, it's a way to see a photo opportunity and then capturing it. So I'm going to give you a 9 on this only because I like the fact that you saw this shot and you took the time to make the image, and so bravo. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, your job ain't over yet.
Oh, yeah, piece of cake.
You got 9, you got 12 9s.
Whoa. And we need 5.
I need 5, I need,
Oh man, I can't see them all on the bottom either. Wait a minute. 1, 3, 6. Oh, I am seeing them all. Okay.
nah, there's more.
Wait,
Anyway.
you said
Here's 1, 2,
right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You said I had 9.
Now you have 12 9s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there's number 12.
Okay. So can we start all the way from the left again?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Wow.
I had to use my toes to count that many.
Man. Okay. Okay. Number 1. You're not seeing my pointer, right?
No. Are you hitting annotate? Hold on. I think I have to open it here as well. All right, try it now.
No.
No.
Okay, I think I screwed that up. Okay. My first choice for number 1 is going to be the one that's next to the bird, to the left of the bird on the barn. With the it's a black.
Yeah. Hold on.
That,
This one.
that one. That's going to be number 1.
Number 1. Okay. I need second and third now.
Okay, to the right of that's going to be number 2.
This one?
I'm sorry, no, the other right.
Oh, sorry. That was my left actually.
Oh,
that wasn't what we wanted to do.
That's not in the category.
All right. Let's go back to this.
Okay.
We have number 1 already.
Mm-hmm. No, keep going. That's oh, go back.
The bird.
Yeah, that's number 2.
Bird's number 2. Excellent. Okay.
All right, go to the next one, please.
Left or right?
Yeah, that's good. And then keep going to the right.
Okay.
One more.
And one more. That's the end of the rope.
Okay, let me just look at this. Can you go all the way back to the third one? Keep stop. Go back.
This is the third.
Right there. That's it.
This is what now?
Well, no, I just wanted to see that one.
Okay, you just wanted to see it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Let me just see. Can you go to the sunset one all the way down the other end?
This one.
right there. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna make that one third.
Sunset's third.
Yes.
Okay. I need 5 now.
Okay, so go back to the other American flag. Whoop, I'm sorry.
That's the very
Next
first
one, next
one.
one, next one, next one,
Okay,
next,
this one.
right there. That one.
Okay, this is 1,
Okay, keep going down to the right. One more, keep going. That one's gonna be 1.
2,
Keep going. That one's 1. Oh, sorry, go back.
this
Yeah,
one,
yes.
3,
All right, keep going to the right. Let me see what else we have. Okay, go back to the left. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That one, that one.
4. Need 1 more.
Okay, keep going to the left. Okay, go back to the right. Okay, that's the last one. Go back, I'm sorry, that one.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, wrong one. This one. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, second and third. Okay. All right, we're going to review this contest.
That was the last category?
You have 1 more.
One more.
And then
Oh,
you have
okay.
best of
Oh, I
show.
see. You're gonna review what we just picked. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's okay.
Honorable mention, level 3, Somerset County Barn, Vicky DeVico. Congratulations, Vicky. Stars and Stripes Forever, Melinda Matlack.
Oh, my
Congratulations,
goodness.
Melinda.
That's a nice shot.
Grooming Time at the Barn, Dawn Gilchrist. Honorable mention. Congratulations, Dawn.
Is Dawn watching?
She was on.
Okay,
Yeah, she's on.
all right.
Pre-Shadow, Will Cook. Honorable mention. Congratulations, Will.
Nice photograph.
And again, Melinda,
Oh.
Bolton Barn, Melinda Matlack. Honorable mention.
Very nice. Oh, Melinda, that's you with that spot in the sky?
Sunset,
Melinda.
sunset over Kadari Farm, 3rd place, Rose Scuderi.
Very
Congratulations,
nice.
Rose.
I love that left barn there, the little, whatever that thing is called.
And
This is
2nd
this
place
is nice too.
Rooster Farm, Wendy Sisson. Congratulations.
I would love to find out if she knew that was there or did she just turn down the road and all of a sudden it popped out at her.
We'll ask her after.
Mhm.
All right, we have 18 images. We need a first, second, and third, 4 HMs.
Oh, start back. I'm sorry. I was taking a drink of water.
I missed that. All right,
I'm
hold on.
sorry.
Ready? Here we go. And here we are.
A look into the past.
Okay. Excellent photograph. Nicely done. Good eye. And A for effort. This one I'm going to score a 9.
Historic Mail Pouch Barn.
What I love about this is the composition. I like the foreground interest. I like the other truck on the right side. Just really awesome photograph. And you know, I would love to be able to capture this if we're doing an assignment on barns and old cars. Nicely done. Very nice frame. 9. Something just popped up on my screen. Is that? I don't know why that's going on.
Barn at Sunset.
Okay, very nice exposure, nice time of day to photograph this. I like the shadows. I like your composition. Just very nicely done. Nice light and nice capture. This one I'm gonna score a 9. Like that white popping out up there in the frame of the window.
Lake Placid Barn.
Wow, Lake Placid. Again, nice exposure, good time of day, nice lighting on this one. This one, I'm gonna score an 8.
Early winter.
For this one, I like your framing. And again, you know, it's a nice winter barn shot, and you captured this really nice. This one, I'm gonna score an 8. Nice framing.
Barn door and window.
What I like about this shot, this reminds me of when I first started photography, and you're showing texture, and what I just like how you cropped this photograph. I like the frame, the window frame bent down or coming down. Just very nicely shot. It's a simple shot, but it's just a good eye to capture it this way. And I'm going to give you a 9.
Full barn.
Okay, for this one, I'm loving your framing. I like that you placed that over to the far left, and I like that. You know, my eyes is leading into the photograph, and I'm passing right past the barn, and I'm seeing that fall foliage color that's in the background, and you know, it's very nicely done. If you photograph this with the intention of entering this photo in the barn contest, you really did a nice job on this with the framing and everything, and I'm gonna score a 9.
Palouse barn.
Okay, again, I'm loving the framing of this, and I just like the lines I like the shadow that's coming from the lighting, that's adding depth to the roof, that's filling in that with the darkness. It just adds to the top of the tips of the roof there, and I like your position where it's blended into the background really nice, and you got a nice blue sky, and so you got blues, browns, greens, and dark green, and then the color of the barn. It's just a really nice clean shot, and I'm going to give you a 9. Nice framing.
Is the barn big enough?
Okay. I like this, you know, framing. I like the cow in the shot. I like the coloring. The skies look good, and the tower looks really nice. The exposure on that's really good. The cows and everything, nice exposure. And I also like a little bit of that brown line that's in the foreground, taking us in somewhat. Very nicely done. This one, I'm going to score it a 9.
Through the looking glass.
Okay, so again, like the first one we saw, I like what you did. You were probably, I'm wondering what kind of drugs you were on when you photographed this, and they got that invert, you know, tilt around and all that stuff, but just nicely done. And you know, I can see through this shot you're really enjoying photography, and that's pretty cool to be able to do that. Nice photograph, and I'm going to score it a 9. Need to do you clean out your fingernails there though.
Vermont barn in early morning fog and light.
Okay, so very nice early morning. The lighting is beautiful. I like the fog. I just like the effect of this going around the barn, and I also like your framing on this shot. Thank you for the borders, and I like the crop. You know, it's a nicely done crop. Beautiful photograph. I'm also enjoying the highlights that are on the roof. They're very nicely done. This one is a 9 also.
Wagon wheels leaning against barn in black and white.
Okay, well, this one, I'm gonna score an 8. And nice exposure. I'm a little bothered by the contrast with the shadows, but you know, that's the shadow. So but other than that, nice photo. I'll score this one an 8.
Morning fog.
Okay, so I like the framing of this. I like the way you position yourself to get this angle. Very nicely done. And then the barn's placed in a nice position in the frame. And before I was knocking a shot because the highlights make you go to it, but my eye does see the hot spots back there, but I think the coloring adds to the photo, and it helps to break up the fog, and so it makes it an interesting shot. It's looking like the barn's a little out of focus, but I think that that's still acceptable. This one I'm going to score a 9.
Could be Kansas.
This makes me think a tornado or something's on the way. But what I like about this photograph is you got the nice gold whatever you call these weeds or trees or branches or whatever. But I'm loving the way the red barn pops out. It's nicely exposed, and you got nice skies, and it's just it's an interesting shot where most people would try to show more of the barn, but I think you captured this really well, and you got the job done. It's a very nice photograph. I'm going to score it a 9.
Barn window.
Okay, so I'm loving the way you printed this. I like the colors, and I'm loving the texture, and I like the way you have the branches. You captured that, so it's a very interesting photograph, and I'm going to give you a 9 for this one too.
Cranbury red barn.
Very nice exposure. I love your frame, and I love seeing the front going into the photograph, and I like the way you did the right side of it. And nice blue skies, nice grass, just very well, very nicely done. And I'm going to give you a 9 for this one.
A bounded barn.
The lighting just makes this shot really cool. It's almost kind of scary. I kind of like, it looks like it's this deserted area. It's really creepy looking to a degree. Not creepy, but it's just like a scary area. And you know, just nicely done, your printing and the effects. I like the foregrounds and the shadows, but then you go out a little bit and you see a little highlights leading out that way, wrapping around the barn. Very nicely done. This one I'm going to score a 9 also.
H3142.
Okay, so I'm liking the composition of this photograph. I like seeing my horizontal in front of me, but then I like the depth you're taking me into the shot, and which leads me back to the tower that's in the back. And I also like the little the side piece there of the barn that's also in a little bit, and your eye goes in along with the fencing. So the framing is very nicely done. And I'm going to score this one a 9. Let me guess. I got 10 9s.
You got more than that.
Okay.
15.
Whoa. Well, nice work.
All right, this is image 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
So what do you need from this?
I need first, second, and third.
Okay, can you go back to to the beginning of this category? I just want to see that set.
Yep. Tell me wherever you want to go.
Okay, let's hang there for a second. Okay, so hold on, let me. Okay, can you go the fifth one? Okay, keep going now. I just want to run through these again.
That's the last.
Okay. Okay, can you just go back one more time, and then I'm looking for a third place.
I'm gonna go backwards from here.
Oh yeah, that's what I need you to do. Good. Hold that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can keep going to the left. Man. Okay, so I'm gonna make this one first.
Okay.
And then the next one's gonna be second.
Mail pouch.
Yes.
Okay.
And now, all right, keep going down. I just want to check something else again. Keep going. Go ahead. I think I'm gonna make that, go back, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make that third.
Okay. All right, now I need 4 HMs, so I'll go to the beginning.
Okay, that one's one.
This is the first one that's not scored.
Yeah, that's one.
This is one, okay.
You need 4?
4, yep, so 3 more.
Okay, okay. That one's one.
This one here,
Yes.
okay. 2 more.
Okay, go back, next one. That's one.
1 more.
Okay, keep going to the left. And I'm gonna make that one, the last one.
All right.
All of these are really, 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 really good.
We're going to review this contest, and then you have one more task after that.
Okay, level 4, honorable mention. Barn at Sunset, Harvey Birnbaum. Congratulations, Harvey. Palouse Barn, Francisco Gomez, honorable mention. Congratulations, Francisco. Could be Kansas, Debbie Aniano, honorable mention. Cranbury Red Barn, Linda DeAngelis, honorable mention. Third place. Vermont Barn in Early Morning Fog and Light, Lynn Padway. Congratulations, Lynn. Second place. Historic Nail Pouch Barn, Lynn Padway again. Congratulations.
Nice shot. Where was that? I'd love to know.
We can ask her.
Okay.
after.
Okay.
All right, one more task. Let me just put together the best of show, and then you get to pick it.
So I'm just picking one.
One of the four.
Okay.
One.
This
of-
was really, really beautiful work everybody did. Nice stuff. Great category.
All right, I have 4 images. And I need 1. I can't see them. Oh, here they come. All right, so here's 1 image. 2. 3. And the 4th.
Okay, I'm gonna go with number 2 is best of show.
This one here.
Yes.
All right.
I hope there's somebody else that, oh no. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I just like everything about that photo.
All right, we're going to review the contest.
Okay. So this is level 4, first place winner. A look into the past, John Aniano. Congratulations, John.
So is John listening? Because I would like
John's
to
going
know
to
what
be unmuted here. Just one
I would
second.
like to know what drugs he was on before he took that photo. What you doing, man?
Yeah, okay. What drugs? Well, it's the first time I've tried my infrared camera. So it's an infrared camera shot, and I don't remember which lens it is. Nothing special. And I was playing, and it had the glass ball, and I saw something on Flickr, and I liked it, so I figured I'd emulate it. So that's it.
Very, very nicely done.
Is there a wreath on that barn?
Yeah.
Looks like a wreath.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, there is a wreath on the barn.
Okay.
Where was that?
It's been there for about the past 3 years, I think.
Where,
Oh, so
where
it's
is
not
that?
even wintertime.
Oh, it's down the street from where I live,
Where do you live?
in Upper Freehold Township, near
Oh,
the
wow.
Veterans Cemetery in North
Okay.
Hanover.
Very good.
It's
Now you
funny.
shot that for this contest, or this is something you
Yes.
already had?
No,
Okay,
the other day. Took it the other day.
very good. Nice job.
Thank you.
Very cool. Okay, next one. Oh, next one.
And this is level 1, first place winner, Light and Dark, Susan Freeman. Susan, are you on the line?
I
Here?
don't think she is.
That's too bad. Your first place.
Is she here?
I
If
didn't
you're
see
here,
her.
comment in the chat, but I don't see her name. So
Yeah,
if you are here though, comment in the chat so I can unmute you.
I don't see her.
This is the next one.
And this is level 2, first place, Walter Blitz. Congratulations, Walter. You want to tell us about it?
Walter's there?
Walter? Yes, Walter is here.
I unmuted you, Walter. Hopefully. There you go.
Walter, you still there?
He's unmuted. I can't hear him now.
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you
Yeah,
now.
we can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay.
So Walter, did you get barn shots also?
I had some barn shots. But it all looked too much the same. And the wheels were part of it. And yet to me, they were the picture. It was just an old barn wall.
Right,
And the wheels were the picture.
right.
And it was an old wall supporting rotten wheels. And the grass just overgrew it. No one thought about them.
No, very, very nice. And I like what you said. All, the barns all looked alike, and so you saw something else there. So did it scream at you?
Kind of.
Right.
I was taken by the pattern of the wheels. That's what really caught my eye in the first place.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm liking the front one, the texture and everything inside of the spoke part there, the round piece there is nice. No, but I like, I, I think I told some of you guys, B&H is going to have me do a photo walk in Times Square, and this is what I want people to see when we do the photo walk is not the obvious photos, but other photos that are going to add to the theme and that you're there to shoot. And this is really very nicely done. And I think you're never going to have a problem going out on a photo walk and seeing photos, because you got a good eye and you're seeing a way to tell the story. And that's what makes photography fun, and it'll make you come home with a lot of images when you tell stories like that. Nice job, Walter.
Thank you.
And best of show. Crooked Cross Barnstead, Marianne Martin. Congratulations, Marianne.
Is Marianne with us?
She is here. Tell us about this, Marianne. Where is this?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
That was taken in Virginia City. It's 65 miles from Bozeman, Montana.
Wow.
It was one of the last shots of the day that I took as I was leaving. I just looked at it and it was so atmospheric and creepy at the same time. And I just loved the look of it. And I did work on it a little bit for the contest, but pretty much it is as it was. I did add a little bit, artistically to it. It just, it told a story. And I don't know if even you can appreciate the trees, but even in the trees, it looks like a creepy face and a hand. I mean, I just couldn't believe the unusualness to the trees going on too. It was just a creepy, scary little shot.
Oh,
And one of the last things that I took as I was leaving Virginia City, and I always knew that it was a great shot, and I knew somewhere I would be able to use it. So I'm glad I was able to put it in this barn competition.
Well, it's a beautiful photograph, and
thank you so much.
You were up against some really nice photos, and it just really popped out to me. And nice job.
Thank you,
Very
Ron.
nice.
Coming from you, that means a lot. I've been to some of your lectures.
Well, I really enjoyed it. My address is 61 Chestnut Street, Avenel, New Jersey. 5x7 will do.
All right. I'm hearing you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm
nice.
honored.
Yeah. Everybody, I'm hoping I did all right with my critique, and there's just some really nice work. This was a great category. And when I first started photography, this is what I used to go out and shoot: barns and covered bridges and lighthouses. And it just was a really, really nice work here for everybody. Just very enjoyable.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ron, for joining us again and your wonderful judging and great comments. Really appreciate it.
Very good. So I can get in my car and won't have any tomatoes thrown at me or anything.
I think you're fine.
I don't know. You just broadcasted your address, so you might have those.
Oh, son of a gun! I forgot. I was trying to get a print and forgot the other side of the thing there.
If you got any those brown paper bags that are on fire on your porch, don't step on them.
Yeah. No, very nice work though. You guys are doing,
beautiful everything.
Nice photos, and it makes me see how much I'm missing by not doing printing and all that kind of stuff. So Melinda,
clean that.
We got to get.
Yeah,
That I know that's not the camera I sold you that had that dirty sensor.
it could have been. It could have been.
No, I can't.
Blame it on my glasses. I didn't see that spot.
Yeah. No, and really, the photo was beautiful, and that was like, you really shouldn't overlook that,
Well, I missed it. What can I tell you?
So, but yeah. So
Next
anyway,
time.
yeah, it's
But
beautiful
thank you.
photos though,
Thank you for your critiquing.
Ron,
Yeah,
thanks a lot. Thank you.
All right. It's
Good job.
hard to, I mean, a photo has to float your boat. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about it, as long as you're pleased with the shot and you enjoyed it. And it's like the lady that said that she wanted to show, the depth of the ceiling. That just makes a whole nother way of evaluating the photo after hearing what she was doing. So, I never worry about what anybody thinks about my photo unless somebody's paying me and is my client. Then I care what somebody else thinks. Other than that, as long as it floats my boat, that's what matters, So, but I just think everybody really nailed this category really, really well. And thank you for the opportunity to see the work. It was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron. Great
Thanks,
job.
Ron.
Okay, so if you have any questions you'd like to, I think you guys are going to post my email address, Lynn. And if you want to shoot me a question or something, if I can help, I'm more than happy to. When I first started photography, I used to travel NFL every week with a group of photographers. We all had full-time jobs and we were shooting NFL part-time. And one day I got a call from a supermarket asking me if I could come in and photograph their supermarket. And I said, sure, no problem. Love to shoot supermarkets. And as soon as I hung up, I'm like, oh my God, how do I do fluorescent lighting and all that kind of stuff? And I called a photographer that I travel with every week to NFL games. And I asked him, I said, hey, Dave, I'm going to name his first name. Probably shouldn't have done that. But anyway, and I said, well, how do you shoot fluorescent lighting in the supermarket? And he said to me, I had to learn the hard way. You'll have to learn the hard way. And he wouldn't tell me how to do it.
That's not nice.
And this was back in the 80s. All right. There was no way to Google this or any of that kind of stuff to find out. And I just said I would never be that way. If I could ever help somebody with photography, I'd be more than happy. And I enjoy talking to people, and if I have an idea, then I'm happy to share it with whoever, So that's that. So if there's any questions, Ron at Ron Wyatt Photos, And, usually what I like to do is say, hey, I'd love to talk to you. And then I'll say, okay, let's talk on Thursday or Friday. And I'll more than happy to help out if that's necessary. Where did Matthew go? Oh, there he is. Okay.
I'm here.
Matt, it's hanging out by the moon.
Yeah,
Matt?
okay, yeah. Oh, so tomorrow I'm doing television work and they're saying it's supposed to rain. So I'm like, oh man, who the heck wants to be out in the rain doing TV work tomorrow? Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
thanks, Ron. Thanks
all
again.
right. Thanks, everybody. Nice job. Bravo.
Bye-bye.
All righty.
I put
Bye-bye.
Ron's URL in the chat if anybody wants to grab it. Remember, if you're in chat, go to the 3 dots to the right for more, and then you can say save chat.
Got it.
So you can get all the things we posted there.
Thank you.
Okay, and if anybody's thinking they may want to go to Tanzania in September, let me know. It's very inexpensive for Africa, and I think by that time we should be able to travel without worries and all that kind of stuff, and have some fun.
How long is the trip, Ron?
I believe it's 8 days.
Okay.
I just got the itinerary, and it's like September, and I got a new grandson, and I'm trying to schedule to photograph the Jersey Devil with the Six Flags, and then there's a brand new amusement park in North Carolina, and it's like, it's a million things going on. So they sent me the itinerary on Monday or Tuesday, and only people that travel with me to Cuba know about it. You guys are the first. I haven't even announced it on my Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that. And I just mentioned it to Melinda because, we traveled together before.
We
And
go back a
so,
ways.
yeah.
go back a
So,
ways.
that's why I brought it up. And really, I just because we were trying to do a trip in June, and some of the people were afraid that it was too early to travel. So then my guy set this up for September, and I just got the information on Monday. And all I did was I sent it to the one person that really wanted to go in June, and I said, we're going in September. So and you went to Cuba the first trip or the second trip?
Second,
Was Bob with us?
no.
Okay,
Dave
so
Johnson,
okay, well, Bob was
Wendy.
on the first trip.
Wendy and Will, Dave and I, and Dave Johnson from Lawrenceville.
Right, okay. All right. So anyway, if you're interested, shoot me an email and I could send you the itinerary, and it's just I just, like I said, got the date on Monday, and as soon as they sent it to me, I just emailed it to my friend who wanted to know, and then I was done with it. But then when I saw Melinda, I just figured I'd let her know, because you should see I'm eating better and all that kind of stuff now, Melinda.
Good. And you got your hips done too.
Yeah, I got 2 new hips.
So you can really walk.
Yeah, I actually did a walk today before I came in. So today I have so far 9,479 steps in today, so I'm a little behind.
Still time to get 10,000.
I'm sorry?
Still time to get 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it a day. I'm like depressed though, because tomorrow I had an opportunity to do 2 different jobs tomorrow, and I took this TV job, and now it's supposed to rain, and they said call time is 2:30 and bring rain gear, and I'm like, oh, bummer. The last thing I want to do is go out and be in the rain running a television camera. And so I'm a little bummed out that that's happening. But then the weekend starts, and you know, I just bought a new camera. I bought a Sony ZV-1, and I'm going to try to start getting into blogging with the V. And so, and my dream for this summer is to document people enjoying RVing this summer. So I pitched it to a bunch of companies, and I'm hoping that one of these companies will hire me and pay me to go around the campsites and capture people enjoying the RV season. So I bought this camera, and I'm trying to teach myself how to fly a drone so that I could do drone shots while I'm doing this for the summer. So that's the plan for the summer.
Nomadland just won the Oscars, so that's good.
I'm sorry?
Nomadland just won the Oscars, so that ties in.
Oh, I have to look at that.
Yeah, check it out.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Look it up. It might give you some ideas for the shoot.
Well, it's, you know, I've been dreaming about a drone for a while now, and finally I bought a cheap one from Target, and I tried to use that one was $60 and it wasn't flying, so I took it back and I got another one, and that one's not working. So today I went out, and a gentleman told me that somebody that flies drones, knows what he's talking about, recommended one that's like $130. And so I'm going to order that one and see if that one will work. It's a bigger, has a camera on it, and I'm hoping that one won't be blown around like the ones I have now by the wind. And the one I want to buy is a Mavic 2 or something like that. But it's like $1,500, and I don't want to keep crashing that trying to learn how to fly it. Like, I never did video games where you're working the remote controls and everything, so it's really tricky. So I'm hoping to do a crash course on learning how to fly this thing and get into drone photography. Is anybody doing drone photography in your club?
Francisco does. I don't think he's on tonight.
Oh, okay.
I have a drone. I use it sometimes.
Yeah. So what do you have?
I got the Phantom 4.
Okay. What'd you pay for that?
I think it was like 12 or 1300 at the time.
Okay.
I got it when it first came out.
So did you know what you were doing before you flew that, or you learned with that?
I bought it and flew it, and I landed it in the tree once, and
okay. Yeah.
The fire department had to come rescue it.
Really?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Wow. So were they ticked off at you? Did you get a ticket or anything?
No, they didn't care. They came out and they're like, I'm not sure we can get that. And they brought this big truck out and actually down one of our ex-club members' driveways, because it was back by his house. And it was a little tiny driveway for them to bring a big fire truck out to. But they brought it out.
Man, that is something else. Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty comical. I mean, not really comical at the time, but
yeah. And nobody itched at you for doing that.
Nope.
Wow.
They
That's
were just
very
like,
fortunate.
be more careful next time. I'm like, yeah, I will.
They probably got a good laugh at.
Yeah, pretty much. They were probably laughing at me at the firehouse. We'll have to ask Greg later. Yeah.
Wow. No, like I said, the ones I have, they're really small. I don't think it's down here, and the wind's taking it. You know.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. It probably doesn't have strong enough motors for it to run.
Yeah, and that's what I was told, that is learn on the smaller ones, because when you get to the bigger ones, it'll be easier. But the many times that I've crashed, I would be afraid.
I wouldn't even waste my money on the $100 one. Maybe try to find a used like Spark, those little baby ones.
Yeah.
I was just looking on Facebook Marketplace. There's like Sparks on there for $300. So, it's a little more money than the other one, but you're really going to get what you pay for on these drones. So,
yeah.
And also the controlling is probably different from the cheap one to a DJI one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, but the controls might be different.
When I first said this is what I wanted to do, I'm not thinking of the name, but I know it's like they have one at 800, then they have one at 1200.
Mhm.
you know, and so and that's what I was originally going to do. And then I had to go buy a SIM card at Target. And I just asked the guy, I says, "Oh, do you have drones here?" He says, "Yeah, go to aisle 5-9 or something like that." And I went there and they actually had it. So I said, for $60, let me just buy it and try to learn. And then I crashed that a few times. And then I went and picked up a cheaper one, and both of them haven't been flying. It's really hard. And like I
Yeah.
said, I was told that the more expensive ones are going to be easier to fly. And so I just don't want to crash a $1,500 drone and mess
The
up the
only other thing
camera
you
or
can
whatever.
do is, I know a lot of people have bought the $1,500 drone, but they also got insurance from like their homeowner's insurance company for it, and they only paid
Okay.
like $50 or $100 for the insurance policy, and they crashed it and they got a brand new one. So
Okay. I'm going to shoot you an email and
you can look into
pick it.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Well,
only other issue you're gonna have is once you decide that you're ready to go, you're gonna have to get a license for it.
no, I've already been
So,
looking at that online too.
I've
I'm
never,
seeing these different people.
yeah, I want to go get my 107, but I never actually got off my butt to study for
Yeah.
it and do it.
No, I'm planning on making money. So
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
get the
exactly.
license. Yeah, because like I said, I'm talking to a couple of RV companies, and I'm doing it to make money. So
Yeah, yeah.
and just add that to my talents. I'm hoping to retire in another 3 or 4 years, and then so that's what's happening right now, drones and those kind of shots. So, and it's good money in it. So I'm just going to try it and see. Any other photography questions?